Off Limits is the money podcast that blows up stereotypes, showing you that managing money doesn't have to be hard.
We want you to thrive, not only with your money, but in every part of your life.
What you will get out of this podcast is real, relatable, and relevant tips and strategies that you can apply today. Hi, I'm Donald Raymond, and this is
Christine Spiak. We are money coaches, business owners, and colleagues who are passionate about helping you become more of who you are. So if you're ready, join us. Now we're moving on to step 6. And this is where it gets a little fun, because now you're going to start tracking your progress. Whether you're creating an old school thermometer and you're going to color it in based on the order of which the debts that you're going to be paying off. Maybe it's going on a website like Debt-Free Charts and you're printing out a chart. So you have a chart that's a picture of a car. And every time you make a car payment or put extra money on the car, you're coloring it in. Or it's your medical bill and it's another chart. Maybe it's just one chart that you're using for all of your debt, but you're setting milestones. For every $500 I'm making, I get to color in this much every time I hit a milestone. The point being, tracking your progress, seeing it visually keeps you inspired to make better choices and to keep going. That's the whole point of tracking it.
because this does take time. We said that already. And it's easy to get motivated. You listen to the episode, you're going to go, some of you are going to run out there, or maybe you've already started pulling it up on your phone. What are my debts? I want to sort them, organize them. By the time the episode's over, I'm going to have a decision made about what direction I'm going. And that's great. And you're going to have that energy on day 1, 2, and 3. But, 4, 5, 6 months into this, you're going to start feeling that weight push back on you. And it's going to be hard to keep going forward. So tracking your progress, being able to look in the rearview mirror and say, okay, I just eliminated this much of my debt in this much time. And now I've got a bigger snowball. Now my avalanche is moving faster. Now, Dave Ramsey talks about a bigger shovel, right? Whatever implement you're using, it gets bigger as you move through the process. So you remind yourself, I made this much progress with a small tool, right? With the small hammer. Now going forward, I got a little handheld sledgehammer, right? My tool got bigger, and I'm able to get ahead that much faster now. So I can project out, and maybe I can adjust my target date to be able to pay all these things off. And yes, you get to have fun with this one. We've had traffic lights. We've had where red, yellow, green was like a spending limit throughout the month. How are we tracking on our spending? And you change the light to indicate to the household how you're looking for the month, and then you use that same kind of visual to illustrate where you are in the debt snowball or in the debt avalanche as you're paying down that debt, and you're getting closer to that green light, right, where you can kind of open up the gates a little bit. And if it's a long time, then you'd probably want to have several milestones along the way where you can trigger that green light and just motivate everybody and do a little bit of quick, momentary, inexpensive celebration, refuel, reignite that fire, that inspiration, that motivation to keep going and get to the next milestone. Because while the milestones are good, it's the finish line, right, that really makes a big difference.
You're in a marathon. You're not in a sprint. You're not in a microwave. You're in a crock pot. And when you think of it that way, then you're in it for the long haul. And each action you take is going to get you closer there. Now, if we're looking at our chart, right, and we're really close to hitting the next milestone or paying off, your first debt or your 10th debt, you may also say, what can I do to accelerate this? And maybe that's getting a side hustle. Maybe it's asking for overtime at work. Maybe it's selling some stuff. Anything you can do to throw extra money at your debt is going to accelerate your progress even faster.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Off Limits.
Beyond the podcast, we are money coaches who want to help you.
So if you are looking for help managing your money, use the links in the description below to contact either of us and learn how coaching can help you thrive.
Lastly, please help us to spread the word by subscribing, leaving a comment, and sharing our podcast with your friends and family.